Welcome back to Weather Center Live. You're looking at weather from the Midwest here. Now on the left, snowfall from Illinois yesterday. On the right, frigid conditions in Minneapolis. Now they also saw snow yesterday, but it moved out by the early part of the afternoon. Welcome on into Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our new look here at the Weather Channel. We hope you love it. This is our new way of giving you the weather you want all the time.
And you'll notice many changes, including, of course, as Jen mentioned, the new studio, beautiful studio. Lots of ways to keep you on top of the weather that will affect your day. And, well, let's start with the snow. In fact, here's that blast of snow from the Midwest. This was in Rockford, Illinois. Too far from Chicago yesterday. Folks running from the driving snowflakes there. National Weather Service recorded only about a half an inch in Chicagoland itself, but you can see the snow looks like it was coming down pretty heavy at times, just enough to get you sort of in the holiday spirit, right, Jen?
I know. I saw on Twitter, Alex, someone said that they were driving to work in the snow. It was another meteorologist this morning, and they were listening to Christmas tunes. Seems apropos, isn't it? Let's get you out in front of the weather right now, and these are the top stories we're tracking for you today. We've got to look at the first flakes of the season, flying for some, probably accumulating on your windshield. We'll show you where and let you know how long it will last. Plus the southeast getting very chilly and frosty. Get ready to scrape those windshields in the coming days. And then the lake effect snow. The machine is cranking this morning. We'll show you where the snow is now and where it's headed. We're looking at some of those first flakes of the season already in parts of the Northeast, like Pittsburgh. It's been snowing this morning for you out your window. We're going to see if New York City gets a couple of flakes before everything wraps up there. Then to the south, the cold is on and temperatures are going to be hitting the 20s tomorrow morning, well into the deep south here. Get ready for that. We're also tracking that lake effect, and we're seeing the lake effect snow bands continue off of Lake Michigan today. It'll get going a little later right across the eastern lakes. We'll let you know if Cleveland or Buffalo will get some snow out of this. In the meantime, though, we'll take you out to Chicago, where we saw a little bit of snow, Alex.
We did. Keyword, though, little. Didn't see a whole lot out there. Just a light, steady snowfall there for you yesterday. You can see the streets. They were a little wet, but that's about it. With highs in the 40s yesterday, the snow, it was pretty quick to melt. All right, let's work our way a little bit farther on off towards the east, the city of brotherly love, where we could see a flake or two flying on in. First flakes of the season, possibly. Now, mostly going to be seeing that mixing in with a little bit of rain, but nonetheless, the opportunity is there for us to deal with that. So those first flakes, not just for Philly, but also in and around New York, potential coming in here for us. We'll be watching that as we progress on through the next few. Let's check out how things will be faring for us there in New York City. We'll be dealing with it here as we get into the late morning. So mostly talking showers here for the early part of the morning. Late morning is when we'll be dealing with some of those snowflakes mixing on in. Let's talk about the radar right now. There's New York right now for you. North and west, starting to see some rain showing up there for you to get into northern parts of Jersey. And then the blue shading here on the new maps, the blue shading, that's the snow. And that's going to be creeping its way towards the south and east as we progress on through the rest of our morning. So be on the lookout for the snow there for you, moving its way through Pennsylvania, the Ohio Valley, creeping its way through parts of West Virginia, even into parts of Kentucky as well, seeing some snow showers at this hour. Now, that'll continue to, again, march its way towards the south and the east with the cold air coming in behind our cold front. So not only are we going to see some of those flakes, but also have to deal with the very cold conditions out there. Temperatures not going to warm up a whole lot as we get in towards this afternoon. A lot of areas stuck in the 40s and 30s, 35 heading over towards Boston. Looks like you'll see a bit of a mixture of rain and snow with temperatures in the upper 30s, 33 in Syracuse. So a lot of these areas that were fairly mild not too long ago having to deal with a big chill as we work our way through today. All right, well, we'll keep you certainly ahead of today's lake effect snow event, courtesy of our very own Mike Seidel. He's on the shores of Lake Michigan in Indiana. His live reports begin later this morning on Wake Up with Al. Jen?
The question is, will Mike have a scarf on or not, right? It's going to be pretty cold for Mike to put that scarf on. I tell you what, in the south, you're going to need a scarf. Get ready for it, Nashville. We're looking live right now at Vanderbilt this morning. The winds are picking up. They're from the northwest. That is a cold wind direction. The cold air is coming in. So right now it's 51 degrees in Nashville. The warmest you will be in probably the next 24 hours here. It's going to be a very chilly day ahead for the south. And Nashville, we're starting with you with the cold in place. The cold air sinking south. So by tomorrow morning, we could be talking freezing conditions with freeze warnings posted for a good chunk of Alabama, Mississippi, and a freeze watch all the way down into the Florida Panhandle. So the reason why is this Arctic high is settling south, and the core of the cold air is going to be right underneath it. So in Tennessee, in Mississippi, and Alabama, your temperatures are really going to drop. The southeast throughout the area are going to find temperatures tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, and Wednesday through Friday pretty much are going to be cold through the southeast, especially in the morning. Lows by Friday are still only going to be in the mid-30s in places like Nashville. Atlanta will start that rebounding trend once we get into Friday. But you look at these morning low temperatures. Tomorrow morning, 26 degrees Atlanta, 30 on Thursday morning. Finally, by Saturday, we look at a morning low at 49 degrees. Now, don't forget, you can get your local weather at the bottom of your screen all the time thanks to this new look right here on the Weather Channel. Alex?
All right, Jen, a great feature, no doubt about it. Well, let's take a look at the forecast for the day ahead. Now, last hour we showed the north. Head to the Midwest and show you how things will be faring as we work our way through the day. Notice we'll start things off in the morning on the chilly side, a lot of 20s and 30s, but sunshine. Just don't let that fool you as you step outside. You'll notice the chill in the air as we head on into the late afternoon, right around the 4 o'clock time frame. Again, not a whole lot of budging with these temperatures. They're not moving up a whole lot. 35 in Columbus, heading over towards Lexington. You'll be in the mid-30s with some clouds over towards Des Moines. 29 degrees anticipated with some sunshine. Heading into the evening hours now for us, we'll be dealing with some snow showers in and around the lakes, but it'll be fairly light. Otherwise, things really dropping down into the 20s out there. So chilly night, but keeping it generally fair and dry. Jen?
Alex, thank you. Now we want to switch over and talk more about what's been happening in the Philippines. Joining us now via Skype is Jim Eds, an extreme weather photographer. He's in Cebu City. And Jim, we've been following your trails and your video. The images have just been amazing and heartbreaking at the same time. You've covered so many storms and extreme weather situations. Tell me about this one and what sets this one apart.
After the storm, I saw dead people, many dead people. I've never seen that before. It's quite shocking when you walk by people that just laying there. You see them and it looks like you're frozen in that last 2 minutes where they're trying to hang on and didn't make it. It really is disturbing and something I don't want to see.
Jim, I mean, we've been just heartbroken looking at the pictures that you've been posting and the extreme conditions there when you were in Tacloban City. You've moved now to Cebu City. Tell me when you left there what it was like leaving the area.
It was very chaotic at the airport. Everybody that was there was dehydrated. The president flew in and he opened a box of water bottles and I was very close to this. What was going on, and I was just taking the water bottles, the big long ones, and just throwing them over my shoulder, and people back there were catching them, and we went through that box pretty fast. They're desperate to get out. I did get out. They brought in the C-130 with supplies. We got in there. They brought in the sick and injured, wheelchairs, people had been bandaged up, people had infections. It was standing room only, 200 people. When the plane took off, everybody cheered and clapped, and we were just desperate to get out of there. You stand a chance of dying out there from dehydration and medical issues.
Desperation and devastation. I think you characterized it all too well. Jim Eds, thank you for joining us. We are so glad you're safe, and we're going to continue to follow your journey there in the Philippines. Alex, over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Jen. Well, we head to Russia, having some big-time traffic problems. In fact, some wild video out of Russia yesterday. Surprise snowstorm, actually, in southeast Russia turned this parking lot into an ice rink. People were actually chasing their cars as they slid away from them. Luckily, nowhere in the U.S. are we facing conditions like that today, Jen.
I know. In Russia, it cracks me up how they all have those dash cams, though, right? You capture everything. All right, coming up this morning, we'll continue to bring you the latest on today's weather.